The twin flame journey isn't just another spiritual buzzword or new age concept. It's a profound path of transformation that challenges everything we thought we knew about love, connection, and personal growth. And here's the interesting part. The most significant changes often happen precisely when we stop trying to force them. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you heard someone say, "When I finally let go, everything changed"? There's a beautiful paradox in this process that I've observed time and time again in my practice. The very act of surrendering creates space for the most profound transformations to occur. But what exactly shifts within us during this process? What happens when we finally release our white-knuckled grip on expectations and outcomes? In this reading, I've identified 5 fundamental transformations that consistently emerge when twin flames truly let go. These aren't just surface-level changes. We're talking about deep, soul-shifting transformations that permanently alter how you view yourself, your twin flame connection, and your entire reality. Let's dive deep into the transformative power of letting go on the twin flame path and discover how surrender might just be the key to everything you've been seeking. You know that moment when you finally stop running after something you've been desperately chasing. There's this profound sense of stillness that washes over you, like the calm after a storm. That's exactly what happens when twin flames learn to let go of their external seeking and discover the treasure they've been looking for was within them all along. Think about it. We're all like waves in the ocean, constantly reaching for the shore, believing that's where we'll find our peace. But what if I told you that the very nature of a wave is to be one with the ocean? That's the beautiful paradox of the twin flame journey. This shift from external seeking to inner peace is perhaps the most profound transformation that occurs when twin flames truly let go. It's like switching from watching a movie to realizing you're actually the projectionist. You've been creating your reality all along. The ancient Vedic texts spoke about this truth thousands of years ago. What you seek is seeking you. And modern psychology confirms this wisdom. Studies in neuroplasticity show that when we shift our focus inward through practices like meditation, our brain literally rewrites its patterns of seeking external validation. Let me share something personal with you. I've noticed a fascinating pattern. The moment someone stops desperately seeking union with their twin and starts nurturing their relationship with themselves, that's when the real magic begins to unfold. It's like the universe has this cosmic sense of humor. What you chase runs away, but what you become attracts naturally. This isn't just some new age concept. It's a fundamental truth about human nature. Just as a flower doesn't struggle to bloom, it simply turns toward the sun and opens naturally. We don't need to force our growth or connection. The legendary psychologist Carl Jung put it beautifully. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Here's the thing about inner peace. It's not about becoming something new. It's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you. When twin flames grasp this truth, they stop trying to complete themselves through their counterpart and start experiencing what I call the ultimate homecoming, the return to their authentic self. And isn't that the most beautiful plot twist in this cosmic love story? That all along, while we were searching the world for our other half, we were really being guided back to ourselves. Remember, dear souls, this journey isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about becoming so complete in yourself that when you do unite with your twin flame, you're sharing your wholeness rather than filling a void. Now that's what I call true divine union. Have you ever watched The Matrix and felt that deep, inexplicable resonance with Neo's awakening? That moment when the veil lifts and reality as you knew it transforms completely? That's exactly what happens when twin flames truly begin to see beyond the illusion of our physical reality. You see, this profound shift isn't just about changing your perspective. It's about completely shattering the lens through which you've been viewing existence itself. Ancient wisdom traditions have long spoken about Maya, the cosmic illusion that veils ultimate reality. The Vedic sages called it the grand play of consciousness, while quantum physicists today are proving what mystics have known for millennia, that solid matter is mostly empty space, and reality is more fluid than we imagine. Isn't it fascinating how modern science is finally catching up to ancient spiritual wisdom? You know, I once had the experience, this reality-shattering moment while sitting in my garden one autumn morning. As I watched leaves dancing in the wind, suddenly everything shifted. It was as if the world became transparent, and I could see the interconnectedness of all things, how every leaf, every breath, every moment was part of an intricate cosmic dance. The material world I had been so attached to revealed itself as just one layer of a much grander reality. This shift goes beyond mere intellectual understanding. It's a visceral knowing that transforms how you navigate life itself. Think about it like this. We're all actors in a cosmic play, but most of us have forgotten we're acting. When twin flames awaken to this truth, they stop taking the drama so seriously and begin to see the divine orchestration behind everything. And here's where it gets really interesting. Once you see through the illusion, you can't unsee it. Your priorities shift naturally. Those material possessions you once thought were so important, they become props in the play. That need for external validation, it dissolves when you realize you're both the actor and the audience. The beauty of this awakening is that it doesn't make you less engaged with life. Quite the opposite. You become more present, more alive, more aware of the magical nature of existence. When you see through the illusion, you realize that the love you've been seeking has always been within you, permeating every particle of existence. Remember, dear ones, this journey isn't about escaping reality. It's about seeing it for what it truly is, a magnificent expression of divine love playing hide and seek with itself through us. And isn't that the most beautiful game of all? You know that moment when you realize everything you thought you knew about love was just scratching the surface. That's what happens when twin flames discover the true meaning of unconditional love. It's like learning to breathe all over again, but this time you're breathing pure light. Think about water for a moment. Water doesn't try to be water. It simply flows, adapts, nurtures everything it touches without demanding anything in return. That's what unconditional love feels like when twin flames finally grasp it. It's about loving so purely that your partner's freedom becomes more important than your need to possess them. As one spiritual teacher puts it, love is not about ownership, it's about freedom. I've witnessed many twin flames struggle with this concept until they experience their own breakthrough moment. It's like switching from watching a black and white TV to suddenly seeing in full color. The shift happens when you realize that loving without conditions doesn't mean loving without boundaries. It means loving with complete acceptance of what is, rather than what you wish would be. Here's the beautiful paradox. When you truly love without expectations, you often receive more than you ever could have imagined. It's like the ancient Chinese concept of wu wei, effortless action. When you stop trying to control love, it flows naturally and abundantly. Your relationship transforms from a transaction into a dance of mutual growth and appreciation. This kind of love isn't just about your twin flame relationship. It revolutionizes every connection in your life. It's like upgrading your heart's operating system to a version that runs on pure, unconditional love. And isn't that the most magnificent gift we can give ourselves and others? This is the kind of love that moves mountains, heals ancient wounds, and transforms not just relationships, but entire lives. When you learn to love this way, you become a living embodiment of what the great spiritual teachers have been trying to tell us all along. That love in its purest form is not something we do, it's what we are. Have you ever watched a flower trying to force itself to bloom before its time? Of course not. Nature knows exactly when each petal should unfold. Yet here we are in our twin flame journeys, often trying to force what should flow as naturally as the changing of seasons. Think about it like this. When you're trying to fall asleep, the harder you try, the more elusive sleep becomes. It's only when you surrender to the natural rhythm of your body that rest finally embraces you. That's exactly how divine timing works in the twin flame journey. As one spiritual teacher beautifully put it, the universe operates on its own schedule. Your job isn't to figure out when, but to make up your mind that you won't give up. The beauty of embracing divine timing lies in its paradoxical nature. When we finally stop swimming upstream and allow ourselves to float with life's current, we often find we're carried exactly where we need to be. It's like the ancient Sufi story of the river that wants to cross the desert. It's only by surrendering to evaporation that it finally reaches the ocean. I've witnessed twin flames transform their journey once they grasp this truth. It's like watching someone switch from playing chess against the universe to dancing with it. The struggle dissolves, replaced by a profound trust in the cosmic choreography of events. As my mentor once said, divine timing isn't about waiting, it's about aligning with the rhythm of your soul's evolution. Remember, dear ones, that this surrender isn't passive. It's the most active form of trust you can demonstrate. It's saying to the universe, I trust your timing more than my ego's timeline. And isn't that the most beautiful act of love we can offer ourselves? and our twin flame. When you truly embrace divine timing, you'll find that life starts orchestrating events with a precision that your human mind could never have planned. It's like being part of a cosmic symphony where every note plays at exactly the right moment, not a second too early or too late. Have you ever watched a seed breaking through its shell, reaching for the light? That's exactly what happens when twin flames discover their true purpose. It's a magnificent unfolding that transforms not just their lives, but their entire reason for being. This awakening to purpose mirrors an ancient wisdom found in many spiritual traditions. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of dharma, your sacred duty or life purpose, as being more important than any personal desire. Modern psychology also supports this through studies showing that people who live with a sense of purpose experience greater life satisfaction and even better health outcomes. As Carl Jung beautifully put it, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Think about it like this. When an instrument finds its place in an orchestra, it doesn't just play notes, it contributes to a grand symphony. That's what happens when twin flames awaken to their true purpose. The focus shifts from the passionate duet of union to the magnificent orchestra of universal service. Suddenly, the question transforms from, when will we be together, to how can we serve the greater good? Remember, your twin flame connection isn't just about romantic union, it's about spiritual evolution and service to humanity. Your challenges with your twin flame aren't obstacles. They're initiations preparing you for your greater purpose. And here's the most beautiful part. When you finally embrace your purpose, you realize that the twin flame journey wasn't the destination. It was the catalyst that awakened you to who you were always meant to become. Isn't that the most magnificent plot twist in this cosmic story of love and transformation? You know what's fascinating about the twin flame journey? It's perhaps one of life's most beautiful paradoxes. When we finally learn to let go, we often find exactly what we were looking for all along, but in a completely different way than we expected. These 5 profound shifts we've discussed aren't just about your relationship with your twin flame. They're about your relationship with yourself, with the universe, and with the very nature of existence. Remember that the twin flame journey isn't a sprint to the finish line. It's a sacred dance of spiritual evolution. Each step, each challenge, each moment of surrender brings you closer not just to your twin, but to your authentic self. And isn't that the most profound miracle of all?